sitting in Ecuador. Like, he just moved back to Massachusetts.
Hell yeah. Susie, you want to do a little speaking?
Wanna what?
Do a little speaking. are live. Wonderful. Welcome, everybody. I'm very excited to be here. Welcome to Amateurish Productions for
the first episode of A Sound of Darkness. This is a high level. We're going big here. 15th level 4-shot that we're starting off today. And I'm very excited for us to get going. Real quick, don't worry about your characters for the moment. I guess you can say your character's name, but we're going to go around the table, and I'm just going to pick people the way that I see them on camera. And we're going to introduce ourselves. You just say your name, where people can find you, and your character, class, race, that kind of stuff. All right. We'll start with... roll a d4 here. That's a 4 right off the bat. Susie.
Oh. Well, you can find me. Well, my name is Susie. You can find me all Susie_Checky. That's check IE. I also do very internet. I play in a Twitch stream on Sundays called Cthulhu and Friends. I have a podcast called Uncommon Adventures Podcast where I play a lot of D&D. I'm playing a tiefling druid named Timeless.
All right. We'll just move around the horn from there. Sean.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Banerjee. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me most places at Sean Banerjee, both the old places and the new places, except for Mastodon because it confuses me. And other than that, you can find me hanging out with the Word Refinery, working on indie RPG supplements. And I'm playing Elzor Owendane, pronouns he, him, and Echo Knight Dampier. That's all on the screen, so now you know.
All right. Kia.
Hey, it's me. My name is Kia, and you can locate me at Neon Lime on Twitter, or, a couple other places, but mostly Twitter. And my pronouns are she, they. It depends on the day. Let's go with she, her for today. And I'll be playing Zinzorwin Fallwalker, and I am technically a furball that's reskinned as a barefoot, Twilight Cleric / Astral Monk, and also she, her pronouns there. Did I get everything?
I mean, do you want them to know your particular affliction or nah?
They'll figure it out.
Sounds good to me. Sydney.
Hello, my name is Sydney Rubino, also known as Sydney of Hightower. You can find me at Sydney Rubino basically everywhere on the internet. That's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I do a lot of things. Today I'm going to be playing Venmean Humble Bumble, and she is a deep gnome rogue, and both of our pronouns are she, her.
Wonderful. And last and certainly least, my name is Justin Mittlaner. I am found on the internet, mostly Twitter, Instagram. I guess there's really not anything else for me right now because I'm not cool enough for anybody to send me an invite link to any of the new stuff. So that's me. You can find me at the Brunch Guild on those handful of places. And I am normally found over at -2 Charisma. I've been over here at Amateurish Productions a couple of times. If you've been around, you know our Letterkenny one-shots, which also feature Kia. He'll notice if you say something in chat, but he's not here to say anything. So now I guess if you want to talk shit is the best time because, he can't defend himself. But Ben's here too. He's running stream for us today. One quick thank you shout out to the folks over at Pocket Bard. For those unfamiliar, Pocket Bard is a pretty much brand new audio application on your phone, on Android and iOS for music for your tabletop RPGs. They have a number of wonderful little set pieces that you can start up the exploration version and then seamlessly increase intensity across the screen. You can change it from exploration into combat, and when I say the transitions are seamless, it honestly feels like you haven't done anything and it was just written that way. They're amazing over there. Love that crew. And I think they gave us a little shout out as well on their socials. And we just happy times. I want to be making sure we let y'all know who all this music is coming from today. And I think, let's see, do we have anything else? There was something important today. I was off from work. I can't remember why. Oh, I know. It must have been the Worlds Beyond Number drop today. That's the national holiday that happened today. Wonderful. Anyhow, I think that's it. Unless anybody else has anything, I think it's time to jump in. Oh my goodness. Sean has actually jumped in. Excellent.
Blue Skid do, we can too.
Bow, 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 bow. And lawsuit. Between Las Clifia and the kingdom of Gianni, there's an island shrouded in darkness. Though the island may look intimidating, those who know of its purpose see it as a beacon of hope. Isla Obscura, or the Isle of Night to those who call it home, plays host to all those who find it hard to make home in more traditional societies. Whether it's sunlight sensitivity, vampirism, lycanthropy, or all manner of other special circumstances, they're able to call this place home. Much of the city lies under the mountain on the north end of the island, while the city's inhabitants find a way to manage their particular needs. Though some feel that they are afflicted or cursed, many here are happy to assist others who may be learning how to cope with their new situations. Of course, not every resident in the Isle is new to their distinct needs. Deep folk of all kinds make their home in the mountains and caverns below, though they're able to spend daytime on the surface here due to the magical veil that dims the light around them during the daytime. Still, many prefer life lived mostly underground. The air is always temperate, it doesn't rain inside, it definitely could be worse. The denizens of the Isle are all well aware of each other's needs. Vampires are given shelter from sunlight and are able to feed regularly in a safe way when they need it. Thanks to the lunar calendar used on the island, lycanthropes are easily able to track the full moon and thus their transformations. They willingly detain themselves on nights of the full moon for their own safety and the safety of others, and are retrieved in the morning by friends throughout the village. Recently, however, the moon has begun to behave strangely. Cycles shorten, lengthen, and shorten again. It is getting more difficult to track. The storms have worsened. The towering waves across along the shores of the Sound are all out of sync. In all the chaos, it is more difficult for those affected by the moon and its cycles to exist even in their safe haven. The Island Council has asked for help to find out what is going on with the moon and to stop it before it's too late. Elzor. Oh yeah, we're going right to you.
Yes, Dungeon Master.
A meeting of the small council has been called. You would know that generally there are representatives from different guilds and different markets and all sorts of other folks that come to be a part of these council meetings. The small council consists of yourself as a venerated and respected protector of the Isle, the elder herself, and a handful, a small smattering of some of the higher-ups in the community. Thank you all for coming. The problems with the lunar cycle have worsened, and this time someone hasn't made it home. It's difficult to say. A young woman known to be a lycanthrope, has been missing since the last full moon. We've been trying to find her, but hope is growing thin. And yesterday it was reported that her husband had trekked out after her, no longer willing to sit and wait for her to return or be found. We are concerned he may have put himself in grave danger. We ask for your help. Elzor, I know you have come here to find peace after a life of adventure, war, fighting. There are few here who can do what you can.
Well, it certainly is disturbing to hear about all this going down in these here parts. And you're right. You're right. I came here to find peace and maybe make a little garden for myself. But if our whole community can't be at peace, then how can any of us be at peace? You know? And yeah, I reckon we might want to put together a posse, deal with this.
I'm quite glad that you see it our way. There aren't many of us, or even many in the community at large, who are capable of facing down such a task. Most of us, if we were to run into someone in their changed form, if they are not themselves and cannot hold themselves back, we would be crushed.
Well,
there are a few. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, y'all know I put the blade down a while ago, but I reckon I can handle most things with my bare hands these days. Oh, bare hands. That's a good idea. No, you were going to say something. Apologies for interrupting.
No worries. I appreciate your candor and your willingness to consider helping with this objective. There are a handful of others we've thought of who may be able to help. And she hands you a small, piece of parchment that's folded, little trifold, and hands it to you. And on it, when you open it up, there's a list of names. It's short. There are only 5 or 6 of them, and not all of them may even be home at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, they might not even be on the island. People come and go. This is a sanctuary, but no one's required to stay here.
Well, the list makes sense. I think of the people we have. I don't know that Gary's here right now, but I'll go by his place and check. It's always good if you can get, a big guy like Gary involved. But no, I'll go around and gather some of these folk up. Everybody I can find.
When you find your group of adventurers to travel
Posse.
out, when you find your posse, it's very noticeably a strange word to come out of her mouth. It's very clear that she's very uncomfortable with the word. Well, Galbraith, Gianna's husband, he was last seen heading to the east, towards the inland part of the Sound, where witnesses last saw his wife running off to the night she did not return from her transformation.
Well, then that'd probably be a good place to start. Head that way, see what we can find.
I thought so as well. And please, in terms of other people in the village, I'm sure you can tell, but things are only getting worse. And I don't know how much longer we have until everything we've built is, well, undone.
Yeah, I haven't been here as long as some of y'all. here on the small council, but y'all welcomed me and listened to me when I had something to say, and made this a home for me. So, I'm gonna do my darndest, to make sure that doesn't come to pass. This place can stay as a refuge for everyone. Um, at least that's my hope.
We all hope behind you as well. And with that, we fade out of this kind of dark environment, this somber meeting. And we kind of return. We see a small, humble home, Elzor's home, towards the edge of the coast, towards the end of the village. There is a small garden. It seems to be in a bit of disrepair. And we return from this very recent memory of yours, as you are tending to this near desperate state of a garden. This is kind of in that time of make whatever preparations you need, gather your adventures, that kind of period. Please describe Elzor and what they are doing at this moment.
Yeah, sure. So Elzor, I think Elzor left his garden in kind of disarray with his tools and things when he got called to the council meeting. But he's returned from that. He's kind of cleaning up his gardening utensils. I don't know what you use to garden. That's what I'm role playing. Plows and jackhammers and things that you use to garden.
Paraphernalia. Gardening paraphernalia.
Gardening paraphernalia is correct. And
I
for
think
those
that's
of you,
something else, but never mind.
for those of you botanically inclined, you'd notice that all of the flowers and vegetables and things are all things that would really require a lot of sunlight, which Elzor's not great with. So it's a very sad, sickly-looking garden that he spends a lot of time in. But he'll walk past it, gather up his tools, go inside. And I think Elzor's gonna like go under his bed and open up a trunk that it's got a thick layer of dust on it, and change out of his like flannel and overalls into kind of, it's not a uniform, but it is a soldier's garb, kind of the thing that you would expect kind of an unaligned mercenary to wear. Looks like a few patches have been added and taken off over the ears on the shoulder. Clips on a belt, kind of flexes his hands a little bit, and he'll put down his gardening gloves and pick up a pair of really thin leather gloves that have kind of a insignia on them, some kind of magical rune. But other than that, he's a little bit over average height. He's very gray. All of his clothes and uniform, everything's kind of grayish. It kind of fades into the background a little bit. But yeah, that's Elzor.
As Elzor begins to pack their things, move along towards the first set of names on the list, immediately is just hit with 3 dead ends. One of them has a broken leg. The other has been in poor health for some time now. And Gary is just nowhere to be found. Frickin' Gary, right? Just like Gary.
What's the point of having a hill giant around if you can't find? Like, it doesn't seem difficult to find him. But all right, well,
And,
let me know if you see him.
there
Neighbor
are
of Gary.
Neighbor, yeah. Let me know if you see
Yeah.
neighbor of Gary. It's like, oh yeah, you're talking to somebody who's not there. Wonderful. Neighbor of Gary lets you know. Says he'll let you know. Research. And then first, we'll go sized building. Smoke sort of billows out slowly, slowly and softly from a larger than usual chimney. A finely crafted wooden sign hangs just over the door and reads, Timeless Toastery, with an emblem of a small loaf of bread with heat waves rising from the top. The door swings open. There goes the baker's assistant with her tray, like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. You're all very welcome for that. A couple of patrons are bickering about current events. Timeless, you overhear a conversation about the tides, problems with the tides ruining the fishing in the town, strange rumors of people not making it home for their transformations, even though they're supposed to be like on this calendar that is all set up for everybody and everything, and rumors of just general danger and discontent in the village. Marie returns just as you begin to smell the tray of baguettes crest just to the point between being done and overdone in the oven. Describe Timeless and what she is doing at the moment.
Timeless is, she has all of her trays and trays of baked goods of all different kinds. Her delivering the trays up front. Her tail, it has a piece of chalk in it, and on a chalkboard, the specials of the day, which are red velvet blood cake, not your shepherd's pie, along with triple chocolate insanity. She is just, she's a tiefling. She's 4, very dark red skin with dark purple tied back in a very tight, cleansely braid.
Oh no, we've lost Timeless.
And then I murder Timeless. Wait.
We have briefly lost Timeless. Oh, it appears that you're back.
Can you guys hear me?
We can. You're just breaking in and out a little bit. It'll like break for a minute and then catch up, so we'll miss something. But we're getting most of it.
Okay. That's kind of how I feel. I'll fix it. Let's see. Where did you hear it?
You were describing your hair, I believe.
Okay. Yep. So her hair is dark black. Her horns are just very simple and they kind of flow to the back of her. She is wearing long pants and long sleeve shirt with gloves. Looks like a type of sanitary thing, but she wears gloves at all times. Her tail is also wrapped in what looks like some sort of armor. There's absolutely no skin showing. She has bat-like wings that are back, and her apron it covers the front, but it also covers her back, kind of covered with the apron. So there's just the only skin visible is her face. And she yells, she's like, Marie, the scones, hurry up.
Thank you for following the setup there. As Marie struggles to make sure she's pulled the baguettes out, she hurried up on those already, but then the scones are in the other oven, and they're just about to that same point of these are exactly done. If they stay in there for another minute, they're going to be a problem. And she manages to take everything out as you are kind of observing this almost argument near the front door. It's not like there's no vitriol or anything like that. It's just it's a very clear situation of someone describing what's going on, and the other one being like, "Oh, I don't see any evidence of that. Yeah, there's nothing going on. That's just what they tell you to keep you in line. Don't worry about it. They're just trying to keep you scared so you don't do anything crazy."
She'd go to the front and she'd be like, "You know the deal. It's good enough. You get a free cupcake."
I would like a free cupcake.
But only if the gossip is, what do you speak of?
The friend kind of leans over and says, "Well, you know the fishing's been pretty poor in the village recently, and there's some rumors around that some of the werefolk have been, well, unable to control themselves as of late, or at least not on the same schedule they always have been on. And obviously that's a problem for a lot of reasons, but this one over here doesn't believe a word of it. We'll see."
That is a problem. You don't get anything. You can pay for yours. And she goes to the back of the shop.
They just kind of look flabbergasted, like, what? I mean, yeah, we were gonna pay anyway, but like, jeez. A little sock to the face there. The door swings open again. A little bell, ding, 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 ding. And you see the previously described figure of Elzor walk through the front door with a grim look on their face. Elzor?
Yeah, I think it's a little strange seeing Elzor in like full plate walking around. But I'll walk in, and you said you went to the back, right? So it's just Marie and the customers up here.
Correct. Yeah.
I'll go up to the counter. Hey there. Is the proprietor around? Timeless. Is Timeless around? Just had a very normal, casual, not alerting anything to any problems kind of question for him.
So you see the two folks in the front door. The one that was talking about the rumors leans over to the one that didn't believe anything and says, "See, he's part of the High Council. He thinks something's wrong." Like that very thinly veiled, yeah, there's a problem, and I need Timeless.
Just a normal question for a baker from a gardener is what's happening here. Just a normal time thing.
Marie, none the wiser, is just like, yeah, yes, sir, right away, sir. I'll grab them. I'll grab the missus. And runs to the back. Timeless. Mr. Elzor is here, and they seem to have a question for you. It was really weird the way they said it. It was, I think they might have been like hitting at flirting with you. I'm not sure. Like there was just a bit of secrecy there. You know, better for me not to say the fan.
Secrecy.
Yeah, there was just something, the way they worded it, it just didn't seem like they wanted anyone else to know what was going on.
Okay. Back here and handle the bagels, and I'll go handle him. Can't handle them. I'll be right. And then she'll walk out.
Yeah,
Elzor?
you leave the bagels behind, and of course, you leave the bagels behind, and Marie starts to work with them. Of course, you know that you can only get the good bagel water from across the country, so you have to make sure you ship in the water from cross country to make sure your bagels are really bagels and they're not not those half bagel stuff. Can you tell I'm from New York?
Oh, Hey there. My accent just completely changed, but this is, I think, what I meant to do originally, so I'm going to stick with that. Hey there, Timeless. It's it's about your bagel water shipment. Can we talk in private? Just a minute, if that's all right.
Of course, Elzor.
That-
And she'll lift up the little thing to get in back and go all the way in.
Great, I'll follow her back. Oh, okay there. Now that we're alone, it's you may have heard some rumors about some local problems happening with the cycle, the lunar cycle, not any other kind of cycle. But you see, it's a real doozy of an issue, and the council has asked me to kind of get some people together, and you've talked a lot about your um, abilities in the past, and would you come help, please, please?
You, you, you're asking. You need my help. My really?
Yeah, of
Really?
course we need your help. I mean, yes, unless you know someone better, but we're
No.
we're probably
No. This is perfect timing, Marie. She just training. She probably won't fuck it up. Oh gosh, good. She'll go over to like her desk and she'll start throwing stuff everywhere, and then she'll pull out a key. And in her this chest, with a placard on it that says "chest in case of." And she puts the key
in case of
and
what?
opens
Sorry.
it up, and chest in case of emergencies.
love a pun, love a pun.
Yeah, and she pulls out a large knife, a very gorgeous, looks like a chef, and puts it in a scabbard, and a very large cast iron that kind of looks like it's also a shield, a staff holding out of this chest, and she's go now. We can go now if you want.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
ready to go.
I mean, I got a couple other people to kind of gather up, but why don't we meet over by my place in about an hour, if that's all right with you? And
Absolutely. I just need
Great.
to tell Marie.
yeah, and
She
I'll
will run out of her office.
Oh, you're gone.
When you run out of your office,
Yep, she left you behind. She rips off her apron.
when you run out of your office, you totally like just stone cold knock Marie over as her ear has been pressed up against your office door, listening to what's going on. Of course, the only thing that she heard was, "We can meet back at my place in like an hour." so she's like. But yeah, she when she like picks herself up off the floor, you can dust herself off. Yes, miss. Or that wasn't her voice. Yikes. Right. Yes, miss. Anything I could do for you?
Okay, first take like five steps back. You know, you're a little bit too close. You know, we and stuff.
Oh, right, miss.
Okay.
And just like steps back a little bit more.
That could have been really bad. You know that, right? Remember?
Right. Kitchen safety and all.
Okay. And then Timeless rips off her apron cloak, and she's like, "It's up to you, Marie. The bagels, the crumpets, the biscuits, the cakes, the other stuff, it's all on you. Okay? You've trained for this. You can do this. Just follow Follow my recipe book. You'll be fine. Just do it, and you'll be almost as good.
Right. Thank you for the kind words, Miss. Never mind. I. Are you leaving? What? I.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Sorry. Are you leaving?
Yes, I am needed for a cause.
Right. How long do you think you'll be gone?
Oh, like 5 days tops. It can't take that long.
Right then. Well.
I'm confident that we can get this done.
Oh dear.
I don't know what, but it'll be fine.
I'll do my best, miss.
Mm-hmm.
And she just returns to work and is working like frantically might be a little bit cruel. Like someone who's like, I mean, literally working as someone who is fully trained and comfortable on their stations, but now for the first time is being left alone, is just moving at. There's just a little more pep to their step, knowing that they don't have like a fallback and that this is their chance to kind of prove themselves. So
I'm just in the office still.
yeah.
Just kind of tidy up a little bit, and then when I hear this happening, I just kind of stand behind the door, like out of line of sight, and I'm just like, well, that's been an awkward amount of time then. Okay, yeah, it's like well after Timeless has left, I'm just like, I should go too.
I imagine Timeless is like halfway to your house at this point. Yeah. So as we see Timeless kind of almost running down the street at this point, and moving over towards the rendezvous, you head a little bit further out, and we will cut over into the forest, into kind of the southern part, just below, before you reach the mountain, and there's this kind of in-between forested area, and there is a grove, a very kind of humble forest clearing with a stone, what appears to be a beautiful stone building that seems to be almost grown in with the plush forest around it. Vines and various ivies wrap around the stone columns of this temple. An array of wildflowers, mostly violets, surrounds the temple grounds. These stone temple violets are being tended to by one figure in particular. Kia, could you please describe your character after you're done laughing at my shitty pun?
I love shitty puns. Okay. So the character you'll see here is named Zinzorwin Fallwalker, and what you see is, imagine if you took something the size of a grizzly bear, or larger, and added sun bear markings to it, like that coloration with the cute little dots and the little V and stuff. And she is about 7.5 feet tall, humanoid bear, just kind of like carefully tending the flowers and like checking out and make sure there's no like trash on the ground and everything's in order. When she stands and turns around, you see that she's got like a headpiece with a little like amber colored gemstone in the shape of a teardrop on it, and she's wearing what could be described as a necklace, but it's kind of thick like a choker, and has like stretchy fibers between it, and that also has the same little drop stone thing on it. And she's wearing chainmail armor with like little bees moose and bears and paw prints engraved on it. And she's just minding her own business, just absent-mindedly but merrily gardening along, doing her thing.
All right. So after the flora is attended to, you move on to the fauna. You've been the caretaker of this area of the forest for a long time. As you make your rounds through the forest, helping injured creatures, anything of the sort, what does that look like, kind of as you make your rounds there?
I think first I'm going to tend to a possum that I saw fall from a tree, and just like gently approach it, speak to it, and just kind of kneel. And then it's gonna come and limp towards me because these animals know me. Like, I've been around for my entire life. This is where I live. And I'm gonna bandage up the little possum and kind of cradle it and take it back towards the temple to make
I don't know
sure
what
it has
sound
a safe
possums
place
make, but I'm going with
to
that.
recover. Hissing and screaming, I believe. Just like
Ah!
yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm just like very lovingly tending to this sweet little possum with like an injured paw.
Yeah, and as you see this little creature, start to almost, like you said, they know who you are, so they get picked up. And possums have notoriously troublesome vision, but can live here, you know, because it's dark most of the time. Or even when it's light, it's still, a little better than dim light. So they're not as sensitive here as they would be in other places, but they do recognize, once they recognize the smell, the familiar smell of their caretaker, Zin, and kind of just calm down at your grasp and allow you to take care of them. As you finish your daily walk through the forest, a figure that wasn't there before is now seated on one of the stone benches that lead up to the altar. That figure is the same previously described Elzor.
Okay. I would like to march right up with my possum and greet him or them and say, "Howdy there. Is there something I can help y'all with?"
Did we just all decide to do southern accents and I just missed the memo? You just did it behind my
This
back.
is the native tongue of this island.
This makes so much sense
It's
somehow.
God, it's canon now, of course, because this is a Mitra stream, so it is canon now.
Yes.
I think Elzor kind of stands up, straightens himself out, although he doesn't really have anything to straighten out. And oh, hey, Miss Fallwalker, Fallwalker, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Just helping out Puddin' here. Puddin' falls out that tree and hurts his foot every now and then, and I just gotta go and find him, make sure he's okay. But how do you know my name? I don't believe we've crossed paths before.
Right, you are. Right, you are. Oh yeah. What the name thing? It's just you're on this list that the
Liz,
the council.
let me see that. And she
Right,
just kind
there,
of like
you can
tugs
see that.
at it and looks.
Apologies for having not introduced myself. I'm Elzor Owendane. I'm a member of the town council, the village council, and well, we were hoping that you could provide some assistance on how. Have you noticed anything strange about the lunar cycle?
Oh, I've noticed a lot of strange things about a lot of things. The tides are all jacked up. I try to get fish for the temple because, we love a good fish roast. But
Who does? Yeah.
nothing. Something's fishy out there. And let me tell you a little secret. I about done bear it out on someone the other day. That doesn't usually happen. I'm in control. Me, not the bear.
I mean,
So, yeah.
that's concerning, certainly.
Elzor, you would have actually at some point been told, or even maybe just know from rumor of this priest out in the woods, that they're allegedly they have been able to fully control their transformations. Even during the full moon, they've been able to, like, within themselves hold on to that and call it out at will when they choose to, and in that form still remain in control. Which is wild, because that doesn't happen a lot.
I'll be up front with you, Miss Paul Walker. I heard about what you're able to do with your transformation, and given the nature of what we're looking into, you were thought of as potential, well, a strong potential recruit for our posse. As you see on the note there, it says possible posse participants right there.
Can I bring the possum?
Of course you can. I mean, I wouldn't say no to pudding here. I think everybody's got something to offer.
The possum pudding on the possible posse participants.
Yeah, I'll just if you give me that list for just a second, and I'll take the list back, and I'll quickly write and pudding on it.
Excellent.
Zinzorwin, yeah, +1.
That's one. Yeah.
Bidding the passing.
Yeah, Zinzorwin Fallwalker, +1.
Fantastic. All right. Well, it sounds like y'all have some interests that are aligned with mine, and let me just go in real quick and make sure everything's in good order here, and nobody's gonna get into the meat or anything, and I'll come right back out. Okay?
Oh, that's not a problem at all. I actually got one more recruitment meeting to get to. It's kind of time sensitive. I'll give you directions to my place, or wherever the rally point is near my place that we were all meeting at. So if you can, if you and Puddin can meet me over there, about 45 minutes, it'll be perfect.
Well, all right. I reckon I could do that.
Nice. I'm looking forward to finding out what my accent does in the next scene.
Brilliant. As you, Elzor, walk away towards your next objective, as you walk away towards your next objective, Zin, you return to the temple and are able to let the temple attendants know that you'll be gone for an undisclosed but not intended to be long amount of time, and you'll pack your things as needed. Is there anything special that they take with them, or that you take with you as you're preparing to leave? Any sort of special preparations in general?
I want to make sure that if I'm gonna bring Puddin, he's gonna have somewhere to sleep safely. So I have like a little animal carrier that's used for rehabilitating injured forest animals, and I let him in there.
Let's do this really quick, and I will promise you there is not a bad result of this roll.
Oh
right?
God. Okay.
There's not a
first roll.
Right. There's not a bad result of this roll, but let's see. Roll a. Roll an animal handling check.
Okay. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay, I mean it's still not terrible. So
I dropped the possum. I handled the animal poorly.
uh, as you go to kind of determine what sort of little sleeping arrangement you can make for this this little possum, you realize you don't really have a lot of raw materials here, or at least nothing you can really take from the temple. But you do find a certain amount of cloth, and you look at kind of your tabard that you would like sleep in underneath your armor, and there's just enough to make a little like front pocket on the tabard, with two holes
Like a
kind of reach
carrier,
in like
a
this.
baby Bjorn?
More like you have just invented Mitra's first hoodie.
Oh, okay. I can work with that too.
As you have this little sleeve now that you can tuck the possum in, and it can just like sleep hanging off of you, or in this little attached blanket, effectively. We can see Ben in chat, and the face he just made when I said that Zin had just invented Mitra's first hoodie was absolutely hilarious. And now we're getting the finger. This is wonderful.
Delightful.
Absolutely. And with that little creation, that little new invention, you tuck your little friend away, pack up anything else you need, and head off towards the area that Elzor pointed out. Were you about to say anything else?
I just want to add that as I'm heading out, I want to murmur to Puddin and just be like, "We're going on an adventure." That's it.
And that is where we cut away. And we move on. Venmean. Earlier this evening, you came into possession of a certain beautiful painting. It is well known in the community as sort of an artistic crown jewel of your home village on Isla Obscura. Unfortunately, along with the near-perfect I say near-perfect forgery. Let's go ahead and have you roll something too, right off the bat.
Are you gonna? Okay. All right.
Roll,
You know,
so you use special paints.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and say this is with advantage, but roll a performance check.
Okay.
With
All right.
advantage.
Sounds good. Oh, that's not great. That's not amazing. Excuse me while I pull up my calculator because I can't do basic math. Fun fact. That's an 11.
It's an 11. Okay.
Not my best work. I didn't know I had to try.
You were in a little bit of a rush, and again, you are using literal magical paint, so it can't be bad. But it's not. You're right. It's not your absolute best work. And so, along with the forgery you left behind, that hurry you were in that kind of made you rush a little bit on the work, you've also forgotten the pigments with which you make your replacements.
That's so unfortunate for me.
Isn't it just?
Isn't it just? I was just so frazzled I forgot the most important item to me ever.
You're welcome to go back for it.
Incredible.
As you make your way back into the council hall where the painting was displayed, you retrace your steps so as not to leave any new trail behind, save for the one you intended to leave in the first place. Let's do a little stealth check here.
I have advantage on those.
Uh-oh.
My favorite. I know. Well, I am a deep gnome. That's kind of my thing. It's my thing. And I did roll a 15 on the die face, so that's going to be extra my thing. Oh my god. I forgot what level we were at.
Let me guess, 27?
29.
Ooh! Ooh!
I have a plus
Ooh.
14 to stealth.
Ooh, baby! Ooh, goodness! You are a shadow. You are not even a shadow. You would be a shadow if you were even casting one. You managed to make sure everything was unlit. It is very funny that you were all correct. We all went away, or Ben went away, and now we can see and hear Susie better. Anyhow, as you kind of tiptoe through, we are able to see you kind of finally find yourself in this main chamber hall, and you creep slowly towards the back wall where there was like a desk that you were able to get up on to get to the painting, and you know that is where you left your pigments. And I need one more roll from you on this little introduction. I need a perception check.
Ooh, I love those.
Carrying over that near godlike success on your stealth, I'll give you advantage since you're going to have time to look around as you're getting up there.
Danger! I appreciate your candor, and I'm glad you gave me
Danger, Will
this.
Robinson. Danger.
I rolled a 14 on the die face, and my perception is actually not great for some reason. Why is it not great? That's weird.
I'd imagine you have lower wisdom than you have other things.
Yeah, I guess so. Damn it. Well, I mean, I have a +1 to perception. That's a 15.
This is 15. You know where you left your pigments, because they would have been right next to you as you were like quickly painting this forgery. And they're not where you left them. And with a 15, you aren't even just sure in that, like, you're sure, but there's a little itch that you might be wrong. You are certain they are not where you left them.
Rats.
As you say that, a figure steps out from the shadows. A figure we all now know to be Elzor, holding your pigments.
With the hat. No.
Oh,
No. Wait. Hold.
You looking for something? Oh. Okay. Well,
The gnome runs away.
we got a possum, so I guess that'll round out the party. It's okay then?
That's possible.
That's I gain only more strength from your.
Everyone takes a D4 of psychic damage.
Oh, nice.
Very
Right,
nice.
so. Oh, you looking for something there, Miss Humplebumple?
What?
Oh, I'm just saying that that I found these pigments kind of things, and they look a little out of place, you know. And,
I don't know who that
sometimes
is.
things get.
Who is that? Who's a humble bumble? I don't know. I don't know a humble bumble. I don't know.
Elzor,
That's unfortunate.
you look at Venmine, and you've known Venmine and her family since she was a child. You're very well aware of who this is.
You know, I've been known to make mistakes before, as to who. So maybe we should introduce ourselves. You know, maybe that's the polite thing to do. I'm Elzor Owendane, and who are you, young miss?
Venmina.
Well, Venmina, Miss Venmina, I appreciate you coming clean with me. It's unfortunate because I have here a what are these called? A pardon for one Venme Humblebumble, but that's not you. So I guess I gotta keep tracking down who did this here art robbery. So.
You got me, Elzor. I don't know what to tell you. I was just so overwhelmed.
Oh, stars and daughters! Feed me! Is that you?
It is in the very flesh. In the very flesh. The very flesh it is,
Your,
Eldor.
your skills of deception. Whew.
I mean,
You
I
have
don't
me.
know
You have me.
what. I was so overwhelmed at seeing an old friend. I had to put on I'd test you, see if you remembered me. You know?
Yeah. Well, golly, that worked. That worked a treat because test passed maybe. Anyway, I need your help. We don't have a whole lot of time left, so do you want to get pardoned for the crime? I kind of caught you. Sorry about that.
What are you talking about, Elzor? I was just coming to visit my old friend.
You guys both look over, and the painting that is already like a not phenomenal forgery is even like tilted on its side. You can see where the frame was like, you know, like there's one little fastening on the back of the frame that wasn't fastened correctly. Yeah, didn't do as great of a job as you usually do on this little little heist here of Envine.
Rats.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Right? Who knows? Who knows? We should get out of here before we get accused of something we didn't do. Isn't that right?
You're right. And you know what? While I'm thinking about it, Elzor, I should, while I'm in town, I might as well just help you out just out of the goodness of my own heart. Just because
You always been so sweet. You always been so sweet. I mean, every time I caught you stealing carrots from my garden, you were always so nice about it. So,
well, you know, I was raised with a real good family. Speaking of Elzor, I really hope y'all don't tell my pops about this.
Well, I guess that'll you know, depending on how long this mission takes, sometimes I get real forgetful with time and achievement. So could happen. But if I'm not properly distracted by completing our mission successfully, who knows? I might could just remember when I see your paw.
You know, I'll keep that in mind as we're doing this together. How about that?
Right. That's great. Well, why don't you come with me over to my place? Just outside my place, that is. It's where everybody else is meeting. Got to meet the other three. Fair warning, one of them's possible.
One of them's Elzor, what kind of mission you running around here? You know, I just got in town via the circus, and I'm not looking to get into any chicanery.
Well, this here's official council business. There's been problems with the moon. We're gonna go give it a talking to, I think. I'm not much for magic, but we're gonna go fix the moon. Come on.
That sounds like a tall tale there, Elzor, but you know what? I don't really have any room to complain. Let's go.
Fair.
All right. You both head back towards Elzor's place. For any of the four of you, is there anything else we'd like to take care of in town before kind of heading into this next part of the mission here? All right. Well, you will know, I'm sure, I imagine Elzor shares this with the group, that the husband of the woman who's been missing for some time now, strapped into whatever adventuring gear he could compile, and not a seasoned adventurer at all himself, went off into the forest to the east, trying to find his wife, who had not come home since she was unable to return in time to stop a transformation, or to be confined during a transformation, and she hasn't come home since. The town is worried. People who know the couple are worried, and there really isn't much sign of anybody. And I think we're going to take a short little break. It's a little early, but I think now's a great place to take a break. We'll be back in 10-ish minutes, and I think we'll go from there. Sounds good? I don't know. I'm hoping Ben is there to take us out of.